The latest news in North Central Washington, go to ncwlife.com or find us on Facebook. Got a news tip? Email us at news@ncwlife.com or call 888-2020. Good Friday evening and welcome to the NCW Life Evening News. I'm Grant Olson. Before we get to today's top stories, let's take a quick look outside our weather window. And what started out as a clear sunny morning and then the winds came up. We thought it was going to be windy all day today, but boy, after lunchtime the winds just died down and we saw winds mainly today of only about 5 to 10 miles an hour. And look at that beautiful shot. We turned our Sky-Fi tower cam around at Omi Gardens, and this is the shot we got of Rocky Reach Dam. And as you can imagine, water is pouring out of the gates there at Rocky Reach. And what a day today. A few clouds, as you can see up north, maybe some in Okanagan County, but here at home, mostly sunny skies. And did we see a warm May? In fact, it is going on record as the warmest May in history here in the Wenatchee area. Our average temperature in May, 66.3 degrees, and that's an average between our low temperature and high temperature of the day, and that is a new record. If you look down that list, Chelan, also the third warmest May in history, and Ephrata, number 2 all-time on that list. Winthrop also the warmest May on record, and we will have your complete weekend weather forecast coming up a little bit later on. And now a few of the news stories we're following for you tonight. Hundreds of thousands of computer routers that connect U.S. homes and businesses to the internet may have been infected by malware placed by hackers. A bat recently collected in Chelan County by Animal Control is tested positive for rabies, and the unemployment rate for April in the Wenatchee statistical area was up slightly compared to the same time last year. But first, we begin tonight. Chelan Fire and Rescue was called out shortly before midnight to a house on fire. It was located in the area of Emerson and Trow Streets. Chief Tim Lemon says it was a newly constructed home that was undergoing some final interior trim work. He says crews arrived to find an exterior wall of the home on fire.
They were able to knock the fire down exteriorly, went inside, did their search, found nobody in the structure, and then overhauled the fire area, which had extended into the walls and into the floor joists underneath, and finished getting that put out. Fire was caused by deck stain that was left stacked up on the exterior of the house with rags and paintbrushes, so a spontaneous combustion from the oils used within that stain.
Chief Lemon says they had the fire under control within about 17 minutes from arrival. The home was unoccupied and no other structures were threatened. According to the Federal Bureau of Investigation, hundreds of thousands of computer routers that connect U.S. homes and businesses to the internet may have been infected by malware placed by hackers. The FBI warns that foreign cyber terrorists have compromised hundreds of thousands of home and office routers and other network devices worldwide. Patty Johnson, Carrie Ramirez, Local Telecommunications Technical Support and Assistant Repair Manager, says the fix to this possible cyber infection is simple.
Malware on the computer, it's called VPN filter, and when you have malware, not only does it stop your internet connection, but it can infect anything connected to your routers. So that can be your computer, it can be your thermostat, your hot water heater, whatever you have connected to it can be infected, which means it won't work properly or will not work at all.
And there's some things that you recommend people do, right?
Absolutely. You'll want to reboot your router, not reset it, but just power cycle it for about 30 seconds and plug it back in. And then once you do that, that should clear everything up. You'll want to make sure, that the firmware on your router is up to date. We can certainly help you with that here. Also, what you'll want to do is you'll want to make sure that your passwords are secure, which they should be. We can make sure that that's all up to date for you as well. And that's pretty much about it. If you feel like you have an infection, we can certainly take a look at the computer, or you can run the malware scans.
On Wednesday, a bat collected in Chelan County by Animal Control tested positive for rabies. This is the first rabid bat in our area this year, but not the first in the state of Washington. To avoid possible exposure to rabies, do not touch live or dead bats. Make sure your home's open windows have screens, and make sure all pets are vaccinated as required by state law. Bats can also enter a home through the chimney, through vents, under loose shingles, and under eaves. Chelan Douglas Health District says anyone who encounters a bat should be evaluated by a medical professional for risk of rabies immediately. The unemployment rate for April in the Wenatchee statistical area was up slightly compared to the same time last year. That, according to the Washington State Employment Security Department. Although the local monthly unemployment rate increased 0.2 percentage point from 5.1% in April of 2017 to 5.3% in April of 2018. Unemployment rates in the 5% vicinity are still relatively low for the Wenatchee area during the month of April. In fact, the last time an April unemployment rate for the two county, Chelan and Douglas area, was in this range was in April of 2008, 10 years ago, when the rate registered 5.9%. Coming up next, even though there is a huge shortfall of funds, plans are moving forward with a major bridge replacement project in Chelan County. We chat with Chelan County Commission candidate Robert Mulder. And Wenatchee attorney Travis Brandt hopes his second time running as a candidate for the Chelan County Superior Court bench will be the charm. I'm Grant Olson, and you're watching the NCW Life Evening News.
Hi, I'm Cordell Schroeder, owner of East Wenatchee Mobile Storage.
If you're thinking about making a move anytime soon, check out the East Wenatchee Mini Storage brand new mobile storage service. They drop it off at your location, you pack it, and they pick it up and store it in their protected warehouse at East Wenatchee for as long as you need. When you're ready, they'll drop it off at your new home or office. East Wenatchee Mini Storage is excited to offer this brand new service to our region.
Call 509-884-8643 or find us on the web at ewministorage.com.
I have a doctor who knows what they're talking about.
It's just so much more hands-on and friendly than anywhere else I've ever been.
It's really great to walk into somewhere where you feel welcomed and you feel accepted.
We've just been grateful for the care and respect that we've been given there.
And here when I come to visit my doctor, I'm not afraid to ask questions.
It's not just about getting you in and out.
I love my care at CVCH. It's awesome. Give it a try.
Welcome back. In another news, plans are moving forward with a major bridge replacement project in Chelan County, but it's still about $5 million short of what's needed to pay for it. NCW Life's Steve Hare gives us an update.
The West Kashmir Bridge Replacement Project is an 85-year-old structure that is considered both functionally obsolete and structurally deficient. The new structure is proposed to be constructed in approximately the same location as the existing bridge. But Chelan County Commissioner Keith Gaynor said they're still waiting to hear back from the state on funding.
What's happening is we're still trying to secure some more additional funding. We're within $5 million of the $23 million projected. And just last week at the Freight Mobility Board, the county made a presentation to hopefully secure the gap, in $4 to $5 million that hopefully would come from what's called the FIM-SIB board. And if that transpires, then we're fully funded. But we are moving forward. We're doing the archaeological work. We're doing all the engineering. We're going to be ready to go. It'll be something that'll happen, of course, after I'm out of office. But it's been a long process. But it's gratifying to see it get this far.
The proposed bridge is estimated to be 44 feet wide and 1,000 feet long. Chelan Douglas Transportation Council considers the project to be of regional significance and is one of the top 3 priority projects within Chelan and Douglas counties. Construction was planned to start in the year 2020. Steve Hare, NCW Life News.
Robert Mulder is a relative newcomer to Chelan County, but he says his experience as a federal law enforcement officer working for the U.S. Forest Service and National Park Service makes him a viable county commissioner candidate. Originally from South Dakota, Mulder now makes his home in Kashmir. He's running against 4 other candidates for the 2nd district seat. He talked about his background in a recent interview with NCW Life News.
But I eventually found my way into what collectively we refer to as land management agencies, and I found that there was an opportunity to work for the National Park Service. I worked for the National Park Service in South Dakota at Mount Rushmore.
Oh, really?
And then Devil's Tower, and that opportunity led me to southern Nevada, where I lived in the small town of Boulder City, Nevada.
Outside of Las Vegas.
Yeah, and I worked at the Lake Mead National Recreation Area. It's an area of water and land on the Arizona-Nevada border. And coincidentally, I feel like that's where a lot of the experiences that I feel that I'm bringing to this position that I'm seeking have been learned. There's a large urban center of Las Vegas that has impacts on the small community of Boulder City that I lived in. And so I think that our community is experiencing some growing pains, that I've observed how other communities have dealt with these issues. And I want to bring that knowledge and experience to this opportunity.
Mulder ended his career with the U.S. Forest Service as a patrol captain in central Washington.
In my capacity, although I was assigned to the Wenatchee office, I worked with counties, 7 different counties in central and northeastern Washington, and those counties had interface with the Colville, Okanagan, and Wenatchee National Forest land areas. And of course I supervised employees, public servants that were scattered over that 7-county area that were working cooperatively with county governments. And part of my responsibility was to engage with county governments to administer contracts so that we could work cooperatively together on law enforcement issues affecting the citizens of each of those counties.
Mulder is running as an independent. We will be posting the entire interview to our website at ncwlife.com. Wenatchee attorney Travis Brandt hopes his 2nd time running as a candidate for the Chelan County Superior Court bench will be the charm. Brandt is running against Judge Robert McSeveny, who was appointed to the position held previously by T.W. Chip Small. In a recent NCW Life interview, Brandt outlined his campaign and legal experience.
I've been a lawyer for almost 20 years. In January it'll be 20 years. I have a wide range of experience practicing law in court. I'm the type of attorney that goes to court frequently. Some weeks I'm in court 5 days a week. I have trial experience doing serious Class A felony matters, wrongful death matters, and a lot of other serious types of cases, and I've litigated those cases to a jury. I also have the support of the overwhelming support of our local legal community. I have endorsements from Judge Bridges, retired Judge Bridges, retired Judge Small, former Chelan County Superior Court Judge Carol Wardell, Judge Hotchkiss in Douglas County, Judge Bigger in Douglas County, retired Judge Judith McCauley in Douglas County. So these folks feel that I'm qualified for this position based upon my experience, and I would just ask for your consideration and vote.
Brandt is Wenatchee born and raised, having attended Wenatchee High School. He received his law degree from Gonzaga University. You're watching the NCW Life Evening News. Coming up next, your sports update with Eric Granstrom and our feature story tonight. That and much more still to come right here on the NCW Life Evening News. Stay with us.
It turns out some people are more likely to do well at charter college and succeed in a new career. So, what's this charter type? Charter types are go-getters. Charter types follow through. Charter types love a challenge. If you're a hard worker looking for a fast path to a better career, you're just our type. Charter College. We work to get you to work.
Vominos junk haulers, big or small, they haul it all. Vominos junk haulers are experienced at hauling junk from your household items to yard and construction debris. That old hot tub and eyesore, Vominos, will make it Vominos. Recycling is a priority to Vominos junk haulers. They'll haul away your old appliances and electronics. And for the do-it-yourselfers, Vamanos Junk Haulers also rents trucks and trailers. Call Vamanos Junk Haulers and Moving Service today to schedule your free estimate.
Tacos Chava has something new. Customers at Tacos Chava say it's the best Mexican food around. Nachos, enchiladas, tortas, ensaladas, and introducing camarones in many styles. You'll love the fresh salsa bar with so much selection. Are you ready for Tacos Chava? Find them at 2 great locations, the Wenatchee Valley Mall and Eniat. Tacos Chava, tan delicioso.
And now it's a sports update on the NCW Life channel.
And a happy finally Friday. June is here, which means another season of Apple Sox baseball is upon us. The Sox open the 19th season on the road tonight for the first of 3 games in Victoria against last year's West Coast League runner-ups, the Harbor Cats. Second-year manager Kyle Crustangel is trying to improve on last year's mark of 29-25, good enough for a 3-way tie for second in the West Coast League's North Division, but just shy of the playoffs. He'll be doing it with an older group this summer, and general manager Ken Osborne has high hopes for the Apple Sox on the field.
I think we saw huge strides last year with Kyle, and that was Kyle's first year. Him and all of his coaches just did a wonderful job. I think you need a little bit of time underneath your belt. You need to see what you need to produce on the field, and they produced a great product last year. It was a very good baseball team. We just missed the playoffs by 1 strike, and and that will change this year. I can't guarantee anything, but he has recruited a wonderful team, and they're soon going to be in Wenatchee.
Crustangel is also working for a new owner, Jose Oglesby, who was just announced as the person who bought the team from Apple Sox founder Jim Corcoran. Oglesby has a simple message for his club.
My message to the Apple Sox is continue the excellence for which you are known. They have a number of players that have gone through the Apple Sox are now in the major leagues. I know that that's your dream. I'm here. We're here to try and help you achieve your dream. And, that means getting some wins and having some fun. Have fun out there.
Now, after playing 3 in Victoria, Wenatchee returns for its home opener Tuesday in a non-league game against the River City Athletics at 7:05. Speaking of collegiate baseball, the Washington Huskies are 1-0 in pool play after downing UConn today 7-1 in the regionals of the College World Series. Levi Jordan went 3 for 5 with 2 runs and an RBI to back up Joe Demers on the mound, who went 8 innings, allowing 1 run on 6 hits, 6 strikeouts. Huskies will play the winner of Coastal Carolina and LIU Brooklyn in the winners bracket. Meanwhile, Washington women have reached the Elite 8 of the Softball College World Series after yesterday's 2-0 win over Oklahoma. Huskies will play Oregon today in the double elimination bracket play. Washington so far 6-0 in the tournament. Motorsport of a different flavor invades the Wenatchee Valley this weekend as the monster trucks arrive at Wenatchee Valley Super Oval. This 2-night event features Rockstar, Willie Crash, Pound Hound, Beast Mode, and Identity Theft, along with the likes of Major Pain Tank. The monsters will be dueling at WVSO tonight and tomorrow. Gates open at 5:30. Taking a look at a busy weekend calendar of sports going on. Over 900 athletes in town for the biggest swim meet of the year. The Apple Capital Swim Meet starts today at the Wenatchee City Pool. Features teams from Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and BC. Many of the teams stay right there at Pioneer Park in tents for this 3-day event. As we mentioned this week on Wake Up Wenatchee Valley, 31st annual Apple Century Bike Ride gets underway tomorrow morning at 8 at Pybus Market. There's a 100, 50, and 25-mile option for riders in this non-race event, hosted by the Wenatchee Sunrise Rotary. This weekend also features the Bring Down the Hammer men's softball tournament at Walla Walla Point Park tomorrow and Saturday. 21st annual Bavarian Bike and Brew Festival features 400 riders in Leavenworth tackling an 8-mile off-road course at Gibbs Farm. This event put on by the Evergreen Mountain Bike Alliance. Run Wenatchee sponsoring the 8th annual Red Devil Challenge trail runs, 10K, 25K, 50K, all in the National Forest near Cashmere. Gets underway tomorrow morning at 8. And for those looking for something a little less taxing, St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School hosting the first annual Wenatchee Valley Cornhole Tournament and Family Fun Day. That's tomorrow at 11 o'clock. Well, welcome back. D. Gordon, fresh off the disabled list. Mariners second baseman tripled in his first at bat last night. He slid home on a fly ball to the outfield to score the first run. The Seattle Mariners will go on for a 6-1 win. They welcome Tampa Bay tonight in the first of a weekend series at 7:10. That's sports news. I'm Eric Granstrom. Grant, back to you.
Thank you, Eric. Time now for NCW Life's Megan McPherson to fill us in on some of the events going on this first weekend in June.
Here's a look at what's on tap this weekend around the Wenatchee Valley. The Reverend Peyton's Big Dam Band is performing at the Numerica Performing Arts Center Friday, June 1st. Get your tickets to see this country blues band at numericapac.org. The show starts at 7:30 p.m. The 31st annual Apple Century Bike Ride by Sunrise Rotary is Saturday, June 2nd. The ride is a fully supported recreational ride with water and food stations and sag wagons. It starts at Pybus Public Market, then follows along the scenic Wenatchee River as it winds through Monitor, Cashmere, Dryden, and Peshastin until you reach Leavenworth. The 100-milers will continue on to the Lake Wenatchee Fire Station where they will turn around for the trip back to Pybus. Scenery includes high sage desert, lush orchards and vineyards, cool and clear river valleys, and tall ponderosa pine forests. On-site registration and pre-registration ride packet pickup will be available on Friday afternoon, June 1st at Cycle Central in downtown Wenatchee and Saturday, June 2nd prior to the start at Pybus Market. The 21st annual Evergreen Bavarian Bike and Brew Festival is Saturday at Gibbs Organic Farm in Leavenworth. This is your chance to grab your friends, kids, and significant other for a full day of mountain biking, camping, music, beer, and fun for the whole family. Go online to evergreenmtb.org to register. St. Paul's Lutheran Church and School are excited to be hosting the first annual Wenatchee Valley Cornhole Tournament and Family Fun Day on Saturday from 11 to 4. In addition to the tournament, the event will include food and beverage booths, as well as a play area and community activity booths for children. This event will be held on their property at the corner of Washington and Cove Streets. And finally, Leavenworth Spring Wine Walk is Saturday from noon to 5:30. Stroll, sip, and savor through downtown Leavenworth and taste at 20 tasting rooms and special tasting sites. Enjoy a complimentary wine glass, bottle tote, prizes, specialty cheeses from the cheesemonger, live music, and all the charms of Washington's Bavarian Getaway. For more information on this weekend's events, visit ncwlife.com.
And we'll be back with more news and your complete local weather forecast right after this.
The NCW Life channel is your home for local news, local weather, and events including live local high school sports. Watch inspiring local shows featuring local people. Don't miss Wake Up Wenatchee Valley. Let's Learn, Guada TV, Street Talk and Other Stuff, the 12th District, Life with Lisa, and the Arbiter of Stoke. NCW Life channel is your local TV station. Join the NCW Life channel for live coverage of Eastmont and Wenatchee High School commencement ceremonies Friday, June 8th.
Coverage brought to you by First Choice Collision Center, your first choice in collision repair. By Charter College, they work to get you work. And by Rose Tractor, your local Cub Cadet dealer.
Live Friday, June 8th, Eastmont High's graduation at 6, followed by Wenatchee High's graduation at 8, exclusively on the NCW Life channel.
Welcome back to the NCW Life Evening News. Tomorrow, June 2nd, is National Trails Day, which means the Okanagan-Wenatchee National Forest will waive day use fees. The fee waiver includes many public picnic areas, boat launches, trailheads, and visitor centers. The U.S. Forest Service says on National Trails Day, people are encouraged to hike, bike, paddle, and maybe pitch in on some trail maintenance. Well, I'll tell you what, it couldn't be better for National Trails Day tomorrow as we take a look at your North Central Washington weather forecast. Tomorrow, the warmest day and the nicest day of the entire forecast coming up, so get out there and enjoy our beautiful trails. Let's take a look outside our weather window right now and talk about beautiful. It was a beautiful one today with temperatures in the low 70s with a lot lighter winds than we thought yesterday. Today, about 5 to 10 miles an hour this afternoon. And look at that beautiful shot from Omi Gardens as we turn the camera around and look back up north on the Columbia River. Of course, that's Rocky Reach Dam down at the bottom of your screen. And all the gates are open right now with the Columbia River busting at its seams. Let's take a look at what's happening weather-wise today. Not a bad day at all. We saw temperatures mainly in the 60s, a few 70s as I mentioned. 6 o'clock tonight, things are cooling down now, and off to the west in the green, even some 50-degree temperatures, of course, in the higher elevations. As we move in to our upcoming first weekend of June, tomorrow looks to be great. As I mentioned, temperatures well into the upper 70s, middle 80s possible for some locations tomorrow. But notice up at the top of your screen in British Columbia, there is a weak area of low pressure and associated cold front that's beginning to slide through. And by Sunday, notice the isobaric lines on this map very tightly packed on Sunday. We could see some very strong gusty winds, and there you have it, 5 o'clock. Rain showers, and it could be in the form of thunderstorms on Sunday afternoon. We have about a 20 to 30% chance of that happening. Most of it will be around us to our north and then redeveloping to our east. And then as we move into our next work week, things look great once again. We'll be back into the 70s, light winds, and really no chance for any precipitation as we move in to our next work week. Let's take a look now at your quick lube and tune forecast. Tonight we'll drop down to 54 degrees for Saturday. Doesn't it look great? Mostly sunny and warmer and 81. A 20% chance of showers on Sunday and very windy, 84 before the clouds roll in. Sunny and cooler on Monday. Tuesday, 75. Wednesday, right back to the warm stuff again. We'll see sunny skies, 79. And on Thursday, sunny and warm with a high temperature of 82. Finally, PE specialists Mr. Praiser and Mr. Gwynn help Eastmont students get active every day. But there's a neat backstory to how they met. Mr. Gwynn was Mr. Praiser's PE teacher in elementary school. Mr. Praiser went on to become an Eastmont High School wrestling star and a state champion. Now they get to teach together at Grant Elementary School, at least for a few more weeks, because Mr. Gwynn is retiring soon. We leave you tonight with a look at the two men working together for a common goal.
Today we're doing running club. Mrs. Riggleman and Mrs. Mott actually spearhead the running club, and we assist them on it and getting the kids active and getting a little bit of cardiorespiratory endurance before the Apple Blossom Fun Run that we hope they participate in. We both enjoy the ability to interact with all the kids in the school. Instead of, we were both classroom teachers and you get your 30 or your 25, but we get to interact with all the kids in the school, and it's kind of neat to see them all grow through the years.
We want kids to move and have fun and be safe, and so those type of things hopefully will move on in their adult life, just to be active and just letting kids have fun. Well, I think the kids are becoming a generation of media and sitting. I have a lot of fun playing games. So you need to be active to be healthy, and so just making sure that they have ways to have fun being active. We've talked about one of the curriculum with the elementary schools is the 5 components of fitness, and so we talk about fitness, cardiovascular endurance, muscular strength, flexibility, and then the 5th component is body composition, which we don't test for, but we test for all those things and tell them that these are the things that you need to do to be a fit person. And we emphasize those during the day with our warm-ups and things like that. So we're trying to have them be fit people.
And that's going to do it for our newscast tonight. For more on these stories and other news from around North Central Washington, you can find us on Facebook or our website at ncwlife.com. And remember, if you see news happening, we'd like to hear from you. You can send us an email at news@ncwlife.com or give us a call at 888-6295. Also, keep it right here on the NCW Life channel Monday morning for Wake Up Wenatchee Valley with host Dan Kuntz and News with Steve Hare. Thanks for joining us. Have a great weekend.
This is TV.
This is TV Set Free. TV everywhere from Localtel sets you free to watch what you want, where you want. Catch your favorite networks, including live TV, ready to watch on any web-connected device for no extra charge. That's TV Set Free. Enjoy the extra value Localtel delivers with TV everywhere. Visit localtel.net and sign up today.
Hi, I'm candidate Greta Wiersma from the Apple Blossom Top 10, and you're watching NCW Life Channel.